Hey everyone, it's Argonaut here from Return of the Fan. A pretty sad story coming out of the US on the set of a movie that was being shot. Alec Baldwin didn't know his prop gun was loaded with live rounds and his heart is broken after fatal shooting. So a really sad story, but kind of goes to show you some of the ineptitude that happens in Hollywood sometimes. There's often quite a lot of accidents and things that happen which you would think, how do these things actually happen? So if you don't know, Alec Baldwin is was quite a big actor many years ago, but he's kind of scratching around for bit parts and things these days because he's reasonably old. But let's have a look at how the shooting happened. It wasn't on purpose or anything, but it was an accident, but I'm pretty sure it's something like that should just never have happened, right? So actor Alec Baldwin says his heart is broken after fatally shooting a woman with a prop gun on a film set in the US. The gun was loaded with live rounds according to court documents, which say neither Baldwin or the assistant director knew it was loaded. He shot the gun on the set of his film Rust, killing cinematographer Helena Hutchins and wounding director Joel Souza. So yeah, they probably didn't know that it was loaded, but surely this is just like common sense, right? When you get given a gun, before you go to use it in the scene, surely someone comes over and double checks there is no live round ammunition, there's no live ammunition in that particular gun, right? I mean, surely that's just a common sense thing. Just before you go to use it, you just double check exactly what's inside that gun. Baldwin was handed a loaded weapon by an assistant director who indicated it was safe to use in the moments before the actor fatally shot a cinematographer, court records released Saturday New Zealand time show. The assistant director did not know the prop gun was loaded with live rounds, according to a search warrant filed in the Santa Fe court in the US. Hutchins was shot in the chest and later died. Souza, who was standing behind her, was wounded, the records show. The warrant was obtained so that investigators could document the scene at the ranch where the shooting took place. It notes that Baldwin's blood-stained costume for the Western film Rust was taken as evidence, as was the weapon that was fired. So very, very sad tragedy all around, especially for the female that was killed and her family. Investigators also seized other prop guns and ammunition that were being used during the shooting of the film starring Baldwin. Baldwin spoke about the shooting on Twitter. There are no words to convey my shock and sadness regarding the tragic accident that took the life of Helena Hutchins, a wife, mother, and deeply admired colleague of ours. I'm fully cooperating with the police investigation to address how this tragedy occurred, and I'm in touch with her husband, offering my support to him and his family. My heart is broken for her husband, their son, and all who knew and loved Helena. So it says that Hutchins was airlifted to a hospital where she was pronounced dead. Souza was wounded in the collarbone area, was taken to a hospital medical centre. So here's what prop guns actually are. So prop guns fire blanks, gunpowder charges that produce a flash and a bang, but not a hard projectile. But when the trigger is pulled, the paper or plastic wadding is ejected from the barrel with enough force that it can be lethal at close range, as proved to be the case in the death of an actor in 1984. So even though if you're using a blank, if it's very close range and the circumstances are just the right set of circumstances, sadly the wadding that can be ejected from the blank being fired from the gun can get expended out or ejected out and can cause enough damage to someone close by to cause them a problem. In another on-set accident in 1993, actor Brandon Lee was killed after a bullet was left in a prop gun. So again, this is exactly the same situation, right? How has this happened again? Right? Gun safety protocols on sets in the United States have dramatically improved since then. But obviously not improved enough because we've now had another shooting again, right? Hollywood is so anti-gun. Everyone in Hollywood is anti-gun. They don't want guns for anyone out there in the US, but they're happy to use guns on their movies, right? Why don't you just get rid of guns out of your movies and stop making movies that have guns in them if you are so anti-gun? Again, the hypocrisy of Hollywood always shines through. I can't believe that this tragedy has happened again. Surely, just before you go to fire a gun in a scene, You just have someone come over, double check what's in there. Is it live rounds? Is it a blank? And so on, and that's what should be done. Anyway, let me know what you think about this tragedy in the comments section. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you don't like the video, give it a thumbs down if you wish. And hopefully I'll catch you in the next video.